It is Monday, December the 30th, 2024. I am James. You are you. We are here. And we are absolutely here. We've done it. We've made it. We've made it all the way. Where, might you ask? To the end, the grand finale of the year. It is our final episode of 2024. And dare I say, what a mid-year it's been. Not only around these parts, but on the show as well. I kid. It's all in jest. It's been another great year. 5 out of 5, 10 on 10, depending on whatever scale that you are using tonight. I hope, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, that you had a wonderful Christmas season, as well as a great Christmas day. As you can tell, my Christmas village has been disemboweled. It began a couple days ago. I got all the tools out, started yanking, pulling, getting rid of everything. It all concluded tonight when my great big tree, with all the lights, all the fixins, all the trinkets, all the ornaments, are now back to where they will be housed for the next 11 months in both of my closets. Want to address one thing. My voice a little hoarse tonight because I've been battling a nasty chest cold that I'm not convinced isn't bronchitis for the past few days. It effectively ruined my Christmas. To talk about how my Christmas was ruined, we bring in a man who witnessed the beginning of the end of my Christmas day. Let's welcome the one and the only, the side piece extraordinaire, Dave Kaufman. Dave,
What's
Happy New Year.
Hey, what?
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
What up?
What's going on, man?
You know, one day we won't talk over each other on the show.
That day won't be today.
No, maybe next year. Maybe that's what I resolve.
Maybe, but I doubt it.
Dave, how was your Christmas?
It was good, James. It was chaotic, as
Yep.
it is with two children and a whole extended family. But
Yep.
it was good.
Took a little trip.
Yeah, went to our province capital, Quebec City, and hung out there.
Let's talk about Christmas Day. I woke up bright and early. I went to your home, as I have a number of times over the past few years. Dave, I'll let you take it from here.
Well, I'll start talking about myself, James. I was, as we all know, Christmas Day was also the first day of Hanukkah. So I was going to make latkes, a recipe that I've been making for every year for the last 5 years, spectacularly. But this year was a complete fail. They did not keep together at all, and they sort of fell apart. And there was a waft of grease echoing through my apartment, grease and onions.
Yeah,
And,
I would say a waft is very generous.
generous in the negatory way. It was an intense smell.
Yeah, I knew as I sat in your kitchen, oh, I'm gonna stink after this.
Yeah, and you did, James, and you did.
Yeah, I did.
But that's fine.
I want to
That's part
say
of the,
right
part of the
now,
holidays are about stinking like cooking.
I was wearing this hoodie at your home. I don't believe I've put it on since Christmas Day. It stinks like latke grease. Yeah, I still smell it. But that was the least of my problems, Dave. I'll let you take it from here.
So you had a sort of I would say a sour disposition, a little bit, about the grease smell and everything. You were like, oh, this is making me nauseous. So looking at that, it's making me nauseous. Turns out it wasn't any of that. Well, it was, but it was because you had some kind of gastro.
Yeah, I had either gastro or food poisoning. I asked you, I need to use your downstairs bathroom, which I found out you were a little embarrassed about. You went downstairs to clean it for me because
I never know
knew
what state that downstairs bathroom's in, because it's my own private bathroom. So sometimes,
well, I'll tell you what. After a few visits from me, the state was not good.
Yeah, well,
the breaking point for me was sitting at your dinner table, watching your daughter put copious amounts of sour cream on a tomato slice, and then top it with a red bell pepper. I put my jacket on and told you, I've got to go. And then you said, no, just go hang out in the living room. Now, I could see why someone in your position would be like, oh, this guy's in a bad mood. I wasn't in a bad mood. I was fighting to survive.
You had the Christmas spirit, James.
Yeah, looking at your daughter's child fingers, little fingers, just covered in sour cream, taking bites of this sandwich. All this sour cream just gushing out. I was valiantly battling to not barf everywhere.
Kids have really sticky fingers and eat stuff in
I
a
don't
way.
like sticky fingers in people. The amount of times I have groaned in disgust watching friend of the show Carmen Rose lick hummus and avocado off of her finger. Makes me want to retch.
You like that little sound?
Care for the sound, and I'm going to tell you, the walk from your home to the metro, it felt like I was in a tundra. And it wasn't even a bad day. The amount of times I came so close to barfing on the metro, I got home, canceled my Christmas plans. I got no Christmas presents, no Christmas dinner. I slept on the couch. Laugh it up.
Why'd you sleep on the couch?
I'm going to get
Afraid
to
of getting the wife sick?
Oh, man, the wife hates when I'm sick in bed. We'll get to that later. I need a second. I slept from 12:30 until 5:30. I was then up from 5:30 until 8. I went back to bed from 8 to 10, got up, and then went to sleep all night long.
You probably were hungover, James.
Yeah, from all the drinking that I did.
Yeah.
I had my first ever wine cooler the night before.
Did you? No.
No. So that was my Christmas.
Well, that doesn't sound like
No
much
Christmas
fun.
dinner, no present.
It was also your Hanukkah. Because it was
It was my first great night.
Yeah.
This is a perfect segue into tonight's episode. Since it's the final episode of the year, we're going to do highlights and lowlights.
Sure.
And I'm going to tell you right now, your boy's year, it's been a lot of lowlights. It's been a lot of lowlights.
Yeah, but sometimes, James, the lowlights are up here, you know? It's all mental.
And it felt like if I couldn't even have Christmas. I couldn't have Christmas.
Well, maybe we should do
And then as I sat on the toilet for days on end, and I thought I'll take an Imodium. I thought no, because if I plug it up, it's got nowhere to go but up. And I have not.
That's right.
I have thrown up exactly one time in the past 24 years.
I'll tell you this about throwing up, though, James. Once it happens, it's not so bad. Like, it's almost like one of these things where you just have to get it over with.
It's not so bad. The last time I threw up, I was rushed to the hospital because I was also diarrheaing blood.
Well.
And then the ambulance attendants got here. They wouldn't even help me down the stairs. I turned around, and in true James McGee fashion, I said, does someone want to help me? Or do I have to fall down the stairs? You know how they helped me? And this is not a joke. I should have gone to the news. One of them took two of their fingers, put it on my waistband of my pants to create some type of support device to stop me from falling down the stairs.
Yeah, but you didn't fall down, though, right, James?
Yeah. Thanks to their valiant help.
Yeah, the essential workers.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
I didn't want to throw up. A couple days later, I managed to will myself to the grocery store to get soup. And here's a peek into my life. I illegally crossed through the Atwater Market. It's nice. On my way back from the grocery store, I was illegally crossing again. It was dark out. I started tearing up in the parking lot because I thought, when's this going to end?
The sickness or your bad your misfortune?
How much do they think I can take? I remember as a young man growing up, when it would just snow, my grandfather would say, how much do they think we can take? And I thought, who's he talking about? Who's they? And now I understand.
Yeah.
Professionally, great year. Great year professionally.
Well, maybe we need a redo on Christmas.
Maybe we need a redo on 2024.
Maybe
I'm not going to do 2025. I'm redoing.
2025 is now 2024 with a patch.
Look,
2024.1.
Up until Christmas Day, I had a really nice Christmas season. You and me had a lot of great Christmas activities that we're going to talk about with our next guest. Trust me.
Okay.
Uh, our first guest this evening has got a bit of a low light to begin the night with. Let's welcome the one and the only downtown Alex Brown.
Well, hello. Welcome
What?
to
But
what?
had to push my cough button there, Alex. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I'm sorry to hear you had such a shitty,
It
literally
it, it
shitty
truly
Christmas.
it truly was.
Yeah.
Luckily, I think I've mostly recovered from what I believe is food poisoning, and my
Yeah.
rear end is as advertised, built Ford tough.
It probably was food
Damn.
poisoning because I didn't get sick, at least so far.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think did it? If it was food
Well, I
poisoning?
made a Christmas dinner the night before of
Hmm.
ribs, mashed potatoes,
Okay.
some corn and green beans. I think if I had to
Hmm.
guess, I'm gonna guess the meat
Where'd you get the ribs?
from the Atwater Market.
They were
Oh.
pre-made.
Well, they were pre-boiled.
Pre-boiled.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Hmm.
I don't know what else could do it. Maybe I had gastro, but it was a 2-day event. Nothing
Wow.
came up. I don't know. I don't know.
It was all south of the
Yes,
border. Damn.
south of the
The
border.
best place to be in the winter.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of went on vacation, right?
Yeah. To
Alex,
Mexico.
I want to immediately
To
get into it. Tonight's all
Montezuma.
about the lowlights and highlights of 2024.
Yes.
You're in a bit of a time crunch on tonight's episode.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
am.
you weren't even going to make it. Let's talk about this present day low light of
Yeah,
2024.
currently I'm ending 2024 with a low light. Yeah, I left my purse in a Communato a couple hours ago, and I have to go see if it's in the car, and the car's like parked like at the other side of Jari, so.
Okay, so not
Not
terribly
not
far.
crazy
terribly
far,
far.
you know. It's not Atwater Market from where I am in Little Italy, you know. Like
Yeah.
I can still, it'll be fine. But yeah, I talked to the
Yeah, but
very,
imagine it was a great time to head on down to the Atwater
that's,
Market, stand in the
you know
parking lot, and
what,
maybe tear up a little bit.
and get some ribs and maybe some food poisoning.
Have,
Make it a real low light, you
Yeah.
know.
have you considered leaving it there and giving some lucky Communato driver
Yeah, pay it
a
forward.
great New Year's
A
Eve?
really nice. Well, you know what? I'm really partial to this purse.
Okay.
You know, I just really want it back. But yeah, so I talked the guy. Shout out to customer service, because honestly, none better.
The
They've
Communato
been
Communauté.
the Communauté. They've been very nice. The guy, Martin, talked to him on the phone.
Ooh.
Yeah. If you're watching, I'm sure he's a friend of the show.
Long
Oh yeah,
time
there's many
listener.
friends of the show. Unfortunately, there's just no viewers of the show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but yeah, so I have to go. He said that the last person he called who like he tracked down who was driving the car, and they were like, "Oh yeah, like it doesn't seem like it's in there." So, I don't really have high hopes, but I'm still, I'm gonna go, and maybe it'll end up being a highlight. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay,
But
well, I'm curious to know. I think it's better to start with the bad than the good. Are there
Mhm.
any other lowlights to 2024? Maybe this is about exercising our demons.
It could be, yeah, maybe this is therapy, you know?
Mhm.
Maybe this is what this show is now. It's like maybe you're the new Frasier, you know?
Not a bad idea to finally give this show an identity.
Or the new
Um,
Delilah.
What's that?
The new Delilah.
And you're Roz. You're the Roz, right?
I like
there-
that, Dave, you went with the new Delilah. Alex went right back. No, let's just go Frasier.
Who's Delilah?
The radio
If you need
host.
to ask, you don't deserve to know.
Guess I don't know.
All right, other lowlights. This is a
Other
low
low-
light for me, is that you don't know Delilah.
Yeah, I don't. I guess I gotta educate
Yeah,
myself.
tell us about what's on your heart tonight.
So another low light, literally right before this, Vance, my roommate,
Yep.
we were at IKEA because we were like, oh, okay, like we're gonna buy this like sectional that I had like saved my little monies up for, you know. And we get there and I bought it. I like paid for it and everything. And then we had to go wait in this like pickup area. And then we get over to the pickup area when our turn came. And the guy's like, okay, I'll go get it. And he comes back with like a box that's like this big. And I was like, there's no way that is holding a sectional. So then he's like, oh yeah, actually like so we have them in stock, but we can't give them to you because the quality's bad. So you can't get this today. So we didn't get to. We went all the way to IKEA. You
But
know.
you'll eventually get it when it's good.
I guess they gave us like they gave me my money back. So I
Okay.
kind of just like they're kind of just like, no, you don't get this, and like,
Okay, so the tail end of 2024 is pub on.
not great. And in one day, like I hope maybe tomorrow will like I don't know. There's one day left.
Yeah.
But that's kind of a
So
blessing in
God.
disguise.
No, there's more time for it to go bad.
there's more. Yeah, it could get worse.
I'm going to put a positive spin on your story, Alex.
Yeah, let's hear it.
The alternative to that story is you get the couch and it sucks because, but then you paid for it and you have it.
Well, you're right. You know,
Hey,
I
how come
am
you didn't
happy
put
that
any
they were like,
positive spins on my story?
Because your story stunk.
Yeah, your story literally was shit.
Yeah.
You can't come back from that.
Take me in. Guilty as charged. I confess. Alex, what are some of your highlights of 2024? I know one.
Okay.
Winning the 2024 pumpkin carve.
Oh, yes, that's true. That was a highlight. Ugh, I just thought of another low light that I've been.
Oh, let me guess. Is it losing the 2024
Yes, it
Christmas
is.
Cookie Bake Off?
I swear to God, since that day, I have just been like, why? I've been like kicking myself, you know, because I'm better than that.
Yeah,
Like,
you
I can
are.
do
You
better.
are. You are.
Yeah. Yeah, you saw, you know, okay,
Oh, yeah.
a highlight was how much you enjoyed those cookies that I made not for the cookie contest.
I thought
Right.
the shortbread cookies you made were good. I thought that date square you made in the
That's
summer
right, I did.
was
Yep.
fantastic.
I did do, yeah, and I did a lemon square. Yeah, I'd say that was a highlight. I did more baking than I think I've ever done, and I felt pretty good about that. And I got to share it with people like you know, and they seem to enjoy it, which is nice. Yeah, highlight, you know, I don't know. I just went and spent Christmas with my parents. That was nice.
Yeah, how was that?
It was nice. I realized my mom like just talks nonstop. Like just she doesn't ever stop talking. So
Well, do you like it?
sometimes, yeah, sometimes it's sort of like you're in the middle of something and she's like standing in front of the television, literally just like
You have a
talking.
relationship with her where you can kind of just make fun of her and give her the gears?
I can, yeah, I can just
Okay.
be like, okay, mom, like, you know, I can sort of tell her to, you know, sort of cool it.
Does it ever
Yeah.
turn into like white noise for you? Because like sometimes my
kinda-
mom will
yeah.
talk to me and I feel bad for this, but then I realize, oh, I didn't hear anything that you told me.
Absolutely. Because
Yeah.
she also will sort of just like, she repeats herself a lot. Like, she's already told me what she's telling me. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, you literally told me this like 20 minutes ago.
Mm.
So, yeah. But it's nice. You know, it's comforting. Yeah. Another highlight. I don't know. I'm only thinking of lowlights, you know? I think that's
Well,
just.
what are some more? Let's go back to the lowlights. Let's
Go
live
back to
in the world that I like to live in.
Yeah, the
Scraping the
lowlight.
bottom of the barrel and swimming through the sewers, looking for
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah, gosh. You know, I think I'm kind of with you in the same like vein of just like what a mid-year this was. You know, like I don't even know if there's like true lowlights. Like it's not even like anything that extreme happened. It's just kind of
Mine would
like
have to be a 10-part episode.
yeah, well, yeah, like it's just like we gotta, you know, we can like hash it out, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know. It just I'm kind of glad 2024 is coming to an end. But I
My,
also
my year began for the most part. I ended up in the hospital with heart problems.
oh my God, I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
people forgot I had a case of pericarditis.
Wow, yeah. No,
Probably
you
from the
win in
vaccine.
terms of, like,
Yeah, the one that I took years ago.
yeah, you win, James.
Yeah, the only time they see you in the hospital is when they think you're about to have a heart attack. You're there for hours, but they really keep you busy. It ended with,
Yeah,
okay, we need you to take this swab. I thought, oh, to do a COVID test. They said,
yeah.
no, you got to. This is suppository swab.
Oh,
And I told them, I don't even know why I said this. I go, what do I do? I asked them, what do I do? I've never done this before.
yeah.
Lady looked at me like I was 3 sheets to the wind.
But also, what does that have to do with your heart?
You take that swab, you turn it sideways.
I suck it straight up my candy ass.
But what does that
Basically,
do?
they want to ensure that you're not carrying a multitude of illnesses or viruses or
Okay.
diseases. So I guess it's this
Mhm.
comprehensive butt swab. And I went in there, and this is the thing: when you think my ticker is about to betray me,
Yeah.
putting a fun size Q-tip up your rear is the least of your worries.
Yeah.
If I had just gone to the clinic and they were like, "Oh yeah, you got to do this before you travel somewhere," it would have been like, "Oh, this is a bad part of my day." I was so defeated at this point.
Yeah. You're like, my heart's gonna give
You know what? Look, I'm letting it all out tonight.
I love it. No,
It
please.
was in there, and I've never really had anything in my butthole. So much so that I thought, is it in?
People need to be honest about this type of thing.
And I'm sure, Dave, that's a question you've been asked multiple times. Is it in?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow, I forgot about the heart thing. Damn. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, yeah.
You win. My lost purse, like
I got to be in my mid-30s on heart pills.
You're not still, right? Like
no, I'm finally off. Yeah, I found the cure.
Oh, what's the cure?
It was 3 months of being on heart pills. Yeah, I got on Ozempic. That was
you have been looking slim and trim lately.
Yeah, I lost weight the past week from all my bathroom sessions.
Yeah, I would
needed to use another belt loop.
Wow, so you started your year with a heart thing and then ended it with gastro.
Yeah, and I think
but the middle stuff was real good too.
Yeah, the middle was great.
Oh,
from what I hear. Oh no. Well,
Alex, I'm curious to know, do you have any do-overs that you would like to? Now Dave and me joked about it that 2025 is going to be a 2024 do-over.
Yeah.
Is there anything that happened this year that you'd like a do-over on?
Yeah, I'd love to have not left my purse in a Communaco.
No, come on. There's got to be something else, right? Like that's an honest mistake. We've all left something somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. No, honestly, like really that cookie contest.
Yeah.
I have really...
I want to be clear. I think I called Dave the next day. We often will recap certain shows. I said, I'm going to tell you, I do not think Alex was happy with that.
No. Because you know what? And it was just that, like, it was my own, like, I overthought it. You know what I mean? Like, I spent too much time being like, what should I do? And like, what?
Yeah.
And
Guess what? Yeah. You put the work in. And I said to Dave the next day, I mean this with every inch of my being.
Yeah.
I think the cookie contest is more pure in competition than any improv competition show any of us have ever done.
Oh yeah, I think, well, I heard this thing about like baking is like, you basically, like bakers are, you just really, you know, you want people to validate you. You know, like you're making this and you like ultimately you want people to be like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
That's part of why.
Yours began with me saying, hey, this looks like a McDonald's hamburger.
Yeah. So I was like, oh my God.
Hey, this tastes like Cineplex Odeon.
Yeah.
Now here's the question.
It was very buttery.
When I showed the cookie.
Yeah.
And you heard that, were you like, oh God, it does?
No, it absolutely did.
Okay, now when I talked about the flavor profile, were you like, oh God, I can see that. I hate that he said it, but I can see it.
Okay, so I said to Vance, I said after, I was like, I have a note like for this contest. Yep.
I love it.
Is that I think I would have benefited from being able to be like, I just think that I should have said, no, I think it should be like, this is an eggnog snickerdoodle.
That's very interesting. Well, look, the entire judging scheme was changed because of how unhappy people were last year.
Well, there you go.
What do you think about that? This year, we know what the cookie is.
I think I think you still don't know who the baker is, but you do know.
Right.
We know the flavor.
Yeah.
Exactly, because I think for mine, if you didn't know what it was, I do think it would be like, oh, this is just like butter and like a spice.
Honestly,
you know?
I don't even know what a snickerdoodle is.
I don't either, really. Honest. I just like, you know, I also blame
Snickerdoodle's a cookie that tastes like the movie theater.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? And also, you know, I thought I was being fancy. I was like, I'm going to brown the butter. And the recipe didn't even call for that. And I did that as like an extra thing. And it backfired on me.
You went rogue.
Damn. Fancy?
Yeah.
Iggy Azalea, you were not with that.
I know. So
here's the thing. Now, because of this redo, we're going to add this to the competition next year. What about this? Right. I'm going to put this out there right now.
Yeah.
A year ago, Ariel said, I want in next year. This is 2023 going into 24. The choice is yours.
I'm in.
Yeah,
No,
for
I need
Wow.
to redeem myself.
Wow.
for
I
2024
already
part 2,
was like
you're part of
gonna
the cookie
ask you.
competition.
Wow. Yeah. A week from in a week, it's not going to be the first episode of 2025. It's 2024 part 2. This is the
Yeah,
first ever 2-part year. It's 24 months. I
I
don't think
love
I
it.
want that. I didn't like 2024.
No, I don't
I
want
want to
that
go to
either.
2026.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want 2025 because I don't know. It's gonna be. I think we're in for a rough. We're in for a rough one.
No. Okay, look, Alex. We're gonna let you go get your.
No.
No, no.
We're
Okay.
gonna let you go get your purse. But look,
Yeah,
you've
well,
made an
hopefully.
amendment to the cookie competition, and it's
Mhm.
cleared between Dave and myself as the
Excellent.
primary figureheads of the show.
I love it. Thank you so much for taking my note. It
Well,
really-
thank you not only for another great year's worth of appearances, but also performing as Austin Powers impersonator in the at-home Christmas pageant.
Oh, hey.
Whoa, grr, baby. Alex, you're gonna get your mojo back as it comes to being a baker.
Well, yeah. 2025. That's what we're hoping for. So.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
thanks again for everything, Alex.
Yeah, likewise. Happy New Year.
Good
Happy
luck
New
and
Year to you
Godspeed.
too. Dave, so far this last episode of 2024, I think is a pretty good. So this is a good one. It's very. The shame is that people have often said the show is at its best when you've got an axe to grind.
That could be, James. It could be. Well, you're all riled up. People register with the reality of the emotions behind things.
It's true, yeah. Maybe when I'm in an apathetic place or even happy, it's not as good.
Yeah, well, happiness, as if it's a very positive happiness, coming from a true place, I think that could be good too. But it's
I
fun
don't think
letting,
people-
it's fun
people
shitting
read
on
that
things.
off.
What?
They don't read it off me.
No, you're not a happy guy.
All right. Well, speaking of people who may or may not be happy, we're going to move on to our next guest. When you talk about, and I've said this for a number of years, legends on the show, they come no more legendary than this person. Let's welcome the one and the only Joe Conto. Joe, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, you old broken down building and loan. You know that's
Man, this is an insult towards me that I can get behind.
No, it's a wonderful life. You must.
No,
have
I am an old broke down building and loan.
Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah, I was doing Jimmy Stewart.
Wait, do you give it to me one more time?
Merry Christmas, you broken down old building and loan.
I don't know.
And then I said Jimmy Stewart.
Exactly. Do Jimmy Stewart now.
Yeah. Yeah, now the episode's just on a loop.
Listen,
yeah.
I was in Albany over the weekend seeing my brother.
Yep.
And I had a couple hours to kill on Friday night. And I was walking down this theater from like the 1920s, downtown Albany, and they were showing "It's a Wonderful Life" on this big, huge screen in this beautiful old theater. It was free. It was like about 80% full. A lot of people in there. What a great thing to stumble onto.
So you went in to watch.
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now,
I've seen it
I've never seen it, but
25 times.
is it actually a Christmas movie or?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, everything takes place. It ends up taking the big part of the film takes place on Christmas Eve.
Okay. Well, I know the end with the little girl, like yada yada, an angel gets its wings.
Every time a teacher says,
Yeah.
every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. The little girl's name is Zuzu. Her name is Suzu, but they called her Zuzu in the movie.
That must have been a great experience. Did you get snacks?
Yeah, I got popcorn, and it was like real movie theater, like good theater popcorn. It didn't come in bags, you know what I mean, from somewhere else, and you just got warmed there.
Now, Joe, you weren't a judge at the cookie contest, but that bag of popcorn was probably just like eating Alex's cookie this past.
Yeah, I
competition.
watched the cookie. Now remember, I'm the one who came up with the idea for the
This
cookie.
is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you subsequently thought it was rigged to work against you.
Yeah. So at any rate, and it was. And listen,
It's not possible.
when this show is at its best when I'm humiliated. If you could figure out a way that like I don't know, my pants fall down or something. And that's where I fooled you. I'm not wearing pants. But the idea is that you love I think the show is very good when I'm humiliated. So I love good. I love good.
How mortified would you be, Joe? Let's say
Oh, no.
we're all hanging out after a show or something and your pants fell down. Would you be mortified?
Well, who's the group? Like after a show, meaning this show, or
It
like an
could just
improv
in
show?
any of the usual suspects that we happen to associate with. There's a classic cartoon boing and your pants fall down.
I wouldn't like it.
I
If no, I wouldn't like it.
I think I would laugh. Maybe the hardest I've ever
Oh,
laughed at anything in my
could you
life.
imagine? Because not only because
There's no
not
one
only
better. There's no one better.
yeah.
In the
I
words of
know.
Cisco, Joe, let me see that thong.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, that would be something if your pants fall down and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, Joe wears thongs.
He wears a thong.
I would.
Where would that even go? That's a
See,
bummer.
that's what would make it sad. If it was like
Yeah.
boxers or whatever.
Oh, yeah, it's something where I was trying to be like sexy.
More so like, oh, a secret was exposed. Or if you were like going commando would be, I think, what's
Well,
worse?
that's more likely, right?
A thong
But
is
then-
funnier than
yeah.
Commando for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah.
would still, I'd laugh in every scenario. But man, it would rock our little comedy community.
It would never be uh, uh, given up, right?
We would never see you again.
No, no, I might move to, like, I have to move to another country,
Wow.
like to past the United States.
Dave, I imagine like you walk by Joe's in a room alone. You're like, I'm gonna go try to talk him down off of this ledge. What do you think you say, Dave?
Look, Joe, it could happen to anybody. We all.
Yeah, but it didn't. But it didn't, Dave. It happened to me.
Sure. But when I was in elementary school, I was pantsed by a kid, and everyone saw my.
Really? Was it recorded? Tell me about it. Was it on? Was it saved for posterity? Tell me about
It wasn't
that.
saved, but it felt that way because the whole school was talking about it.
Sure.
Anyway, I'll see you later.
Yeah. Bye.
And then Dave leaves with a large pizza.
Yeah.
Joe, let's get into it. What are some of your highlights of 2024?
I took a moment and wrote some down.
Mm-hmm.
Highlights. I did a bit of traveling, which I love. I got the travel bug. Last January, I was able to go to Mexico City again for the second time. I love it.
Now, Joe,
Great food,
remind
great
us of what
culture.
happened when you were in a pool and during one of your more recent visits to Mexico.
Well, that's right. That was in Playa del Carmen. There was my pants came off. I forgot about that until just now. My bathing suit came off. Oh,
And you're
man.
gonna go back. You went back to Mexico.
Can you see me blushing? I went to Mexico City. There's 18 million people. They
Yeah,
can't
weren't you
all
getting out of a
remember.
pool and the power of the water pulled your bathing suit off?
Well, I was doing that thing where you pull yourself up with the ladder, and
Yeah.
my suit filled up with water, and I just went.
Did you
"Well,
make your way up the ladder? Did people see or?
Joe,
You know what happened.
that could happen to anybody.
I could either my thing was do I continue to move forward or do I drop back into the pool?
Didn't you also fall over onto the street on that trip?
What kind of an interview is this?
Yeah.
Joe Conto, this is your life.
Several things happened during that trip. Remember, I also called my barber. I thought my barber's name was Baby, so I
You
kept
kept calling
referring
him
to him as
baby as he
Baby.
was cutting your hair.
Yeah, and I was thinking like, oh, that feels real good, Baby. Yeah, and his name wasn't Baby.
What was it?
JB, Jorge the barber, and he went by JB. But I thought he said baby. And I, in my head, I always think I'm so fucking smart that I was like, oh, baby must mean like baby driver. I was thinking people are called baby. And in America, we say
Poor guy's
junior.
cutting your hair and he thinks that you're just this creepy bastard.
Gross out. A real gross out going, because they do the thing where they massage your neck. And I go, oh, baby, that feels so good. And then I said, hey, next time I'm in town, I'm going to look you up, baby.
This has now become like a recap of 2022.
Yeah, this was 2022. Yeah, that was
man.
also the time. Remember, I ordered those two steaks at 10:45 in the morning because I was going to speak. I was going to speak Spanish.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, without context, this is a great story.
I really wanted a steak taco, and so I went in, and it was 10:45 in the morning. I go, oh, but I'm hungry. So I thought, I'm on vacation. So I went in and I said, uno birria, taco, whatever, blah blah blah, birria or whatever. And he goes, uno. And I think what he was saying was like, you want a fucking steak dinner at 10:45 in the morning? But I thought he meant uno, meaning, oh, you should probably get two because they're small. This, you know how my head fills in blanks. So I go, okay, see, dos birria. And he goes, okay. And then before I knew it, I had two huge fucking steak dinner with Mexican potatoes and rice. Two great big dinners in front of me at 10:45 in the morning.
Did you finish them?
Yeah, no, I ate one, but then I took the other one to go and I gave it to this guy on the street. But
What'd you call him?
What's up?
What'd you call him? Cab to your hotel?
Sexy. I think that means hey pal, right?
All right. Well, now that we've taken a trip down memory lane to many years ago, Joe, you did some traveling in 2020.
I went to Mexico City, and I don't think anything embarrassing happened. I went with some people, or a person. I don't think anything terribly embarrassing. Well, no. It was a good trip. It was a real good trip.
Great.
I saw Lucha Libre. You
went and saw some wrestling. Yeah.
I saw that too when I was in Mexico City.
How fun! Did you, Dave? You went?
Yeah, it was great.
It's real fun, right?
Yeah, it was cool.
I went. I learned how to make tacos. Did a taco making class in this chef's apartment. A bunch of us, and then we ate dinner up on the roof overlooking Mexico City. That was a real great trip. Yeah.
Did you make the tortillas?
To Mexico City. What's up?
Did you make the tortillas or just the
tortillas? That's what I meant.
Oh,
Not
wow.
the taco, but the whole thing. We made the tortillas from scratch.
That's cool.
Really cool. I brought a group of students to Italy, and we did a sustainable food tourism trip. I taught it all semester, and then we went for like whatever a 12-day trip in Italy, and that's great. I became an ordained minister this year because one of my former students was getting married. He said, we would love it if you performed the ceremony. So I'm a minister through the Universal Church.
I think we're just going to start referring to you as Father Joe Conto.
Yeah, Reverend.
Do you have to
Reverend Joe Conto.
Do you have to do
Reverend
anything
Joe
for
Conto.
that? Like, how is it just like an online form you fill, or you have to do a test or anything?
Yeah, and then they send you. And then it's like 35. I went for the full package, and then I paid like $65, and then I got this thing. It's a booklet.
By the power vested in you.
Yeah, and it tells you how people are related and stuff. So there was that. I spent the summer in Montreal. I was there for a couple of months. That was really great. So that was fun. I got to do a lot of improv and work on my French, which is gone again. And I saw you guys a lot. I hope to do that again this summer.
That'd be great.
Fingers crossed. Wouldn't that be great, though?
Am I crazy, or does anyone else want to get to the lowlights?
We got an Indian restaurant in Lake Placid. That has been a real big deal.
Yeah.
Because Lake
I don't know if you should call that a low light, Joe.
Hamburgers. What's that, Dave?
I don't know if you should call that a low light.
No, that's a highlight.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, this episode was taking a turn, Joe.
Yeah, no, it's good. My lowlights. I fell down, I fainted, and passed out, really, and knocked out my front tooth. That's not a real tooth. And that was bad. Because now I've got to take a tooth out every night.
Now, at any point this year, Joe, did you feel that it was relevant to listen to during the holiday season, All I Want for Christmas Is My Two Front Teeth?
No, I didn't even think about it.
Right?
Yeah. But, I forget about it. So in the morning, like I'll brush my teeth, and then, like you give yourself one of these first thing in the morning. Every morning I go, oh, fuck, that's right. See, here's the point. I'm going to be the old man in the nursing home who doesn't have a tooth. Like, you know, like, do you ever see an old person who doesn't have a
Yeah,
tooth?
but on the flip side, you'll be an ordained minister.
That's true.
You'll be able to marry the other residents.
Which is good, because I've become devoutly Christian.
Yes.
Also, me too.
I whistle. My tooth whistles sometimes.
Oh.
Like if I say the word question, sometimes it whistles. I lost my jean jacket. You know that fucking jean jacket that I love?
Sure, yeah.
I lost
Synonymous.
it this fall. Yeah. Iconic, right?
Well,
Shut the fuck up. Anyway, it's gone. I lost my jean jacket. I also realized that I'm losing my hair so quickly that I'm starting to look like Frasier. So that's a low light.
the second Frasier reference of the night.
Yeah, I know. When you were talking about Frasier, I was Frasier. I had written down. I go, me too. I got a low light, a Frasier-related low light, as well.
Well, do you think you're going to do a buzz, Joe? Pull a Mark Rowland?
No, I can't see myself doing that. I see myself doing a Charlie Brown style comb over.
What if you got a
Three
wig?
hairs?
3 hairs.
Wait, isn't that the Homer Simpson?
Yeah, but he got it.
Yeah,
from
no, Charlie Brown's got just like a
Oh, that's right. He's got his curly
yeah.
one. Yeah, no, I'm more likely.
What about now? Let's think about this.
No, I'm not.
Let's,
no, I know
let's
what you're
say
saying.
you
I'm not
shave
more-
your head and then you get the Charlie Brown swirl tattooed on your forehead.
And you walk around all
Yeah,
sad.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a lot of great breakfasts.
Oh.
I love going out for breakfast, and I did a lot of going out for breakfast.
Yep.
I'm getting up earlier as I get older, so that's good to be. I'd like start my day.
How early are you getting up these days?
Oh, 5:30 now. It's nuts.
Are you fine with it, or are you like, oh no,
No, I hate it because I still like to go to bed late. You know what I mean?
So you're tired. You wake up tired.
I'm tired a lot. During my school break, I started to take a nap in the afternoon. I never took a nap.
I love naps. To me, as someone who doesn't hold regular 9 to 5 hours, a nap is an essential part of my day, especially the value of a nap. Maybe the first part of your day is not productive. It's not good. It's like you get a second crack at the day. You get up, you feel refreshed. Maybe you hop in the shower.
Reset.
Yeah, I love naps.
Has this ever happened to you? You take a nap on the couch, and I'm a turner. I like to turn. Like I like to start one way, and then I turn over. I like to squish my face right into the back of the couch. But when I wake up, like my jeans, like my zipper has ended up way over on my... That ever happened to you?
Oh, I understand what you're saying. Well, I never wear...
The waistband shifts?
I wear sweatpants at home.
I never wear sweatpants. I sat next to breakfast. I was at breakfast the other day. There was a grown man wearing Cookie Monster pajama bottoms, like in public, and I thought, what the fuck is wrong with this country?
Of all the things that happened last year in America, that's what you thought.
Yeah. That's what I call the last straw.
That's the last
Cookie
straw.
Monster.
That's your falling down moment.
Yeah. And you know what? Here's the thing. Not that many terrible things happen in America. Whatever. We're 350 million people. What are you going to do? You guys don't know. You've got like, what, 40 million? We got 350 million.
I like the States. I love visiting the States. I have nothing.
I didn't take it as that Dave doesn't like the States. But I'm just saying.
Well, I don't want you to put words in his mouth. But
well, it's a better country than Canada these days. I said it.
Anyway, well, Canada's not used to itself yet. You know, it's weird. It's a whole new world going on. But I told I was a finalist in a regional storytelling contest.
Oh,
yeah, and I got to tell a story that came in second.
Wow, just like the cookie competition a couple years ago.
Yeah, but I think it was rigged. So,
yeah.
The storytelling competition was rigged.
Am I boring? I don't mean to be boring. It's just I haven't had that many lowlights.
I think it's just we hit such a high crescendo, reminiscing about your bathing suit coming off, you falling on the ground and calling a barber baby and ordering steaks for breakfast.
Yeah.
We really started hot.
Well, Yeah, I didn't have that much. I guess, yeah, like I said, this is best when I'm humiliated. I haven't had that much. I have not had that much humiliation.
Well, then
this
now we
year.
need to set a goal for 2025 is every
Get more
time you're on
humiliated?
the show, find a way to really make it a happening.
Yeah.
What do you think, Dave?
Hey, you could do like a pratfall.
Oh, I wouldn't dare. No, I think I've got brittle bones.
Or you're like, okay, guys, that's it for me. Take care, and you get up and walk away, and that's when you expose that you're wearing a thong.
Okay. All right. I would get attention. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, yeah, I don't know if it's the
Okay.
right kind, but
Do the
There's
talk of
no
Twitch.
wrong kind. I'm in.
oh yeah, that's what this show needs to really take us to the next level.
More ass.
There's another level beyond this.
Oh, there is, and
Oh my
your
God.
ass is on the line.
Yeah. Okay. Is that what it is?
Well, Joe, look, it's been a great 2024
No.
again on the show. Joe, don't
No.
worry, it was great.
You hated it.
No, I didn't.
I'm bad.
No.
Joe,
Joe.
Oh, I knocked over a glass of water today at lunch because the menu was too big.
don't. You're hanging on.
Joe, this kind of segment can happen to anybody.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that this is it? That I'm done for? I don't get to. I have to leave the couch. I don't get to just move down like the old talk shows.
Very rare people stay on the couch here.
Yeah, but I thought I was a legend or an icon of At Home with James.
It's
Well,
like
I
getting
said you were
called
a
over
legend.
by Carson
Yeah.
when you're a comedian.
Yeah.
Rickles, they'd let Rickles stay.
Are you comparing yourself
That's-
to Don
that's
Rickles?
Don
Yeah, me and Don Rickles. Yeah, we're iconic in the same way. Burt Reynolds, he used to get to stay.
Now you're Burt Reynolds?
He did comedy?
What's that? Oh
Nothing.
my God, Burt Reynolds was definitely comedic.
Joe, we're going to say goodnight.
I wish you would. All right.
Thanks again for
What
another...
are you guys doing for New Year's Eve? Just tell me your plans.
I have no plans.
Me neither.
I would like some plans.
It's tomorrow, huh?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
This is it.
Today's
Joe,
the day
maybe
before
come
the
down.
last
You and
day.
me will go to the casino.
Would you go to the casino if I came up?
Sure. I think it would be fun.
Can you imagine how packed that place would be with everything?
Yeah, you're right. Hey, it might be a nightmare.
Oh, yuck. I'd rather have you and me. I'd come up, and you and me, we go to Green Spot.
That's what we do on New Year's Eve? I think it's supposed to get 10 o'clock.
No, listen, I haven't given the whole deal. We split a club sandwich.
We don't even eat a full club sandwich.
No, I can't, with my colitis. Anyway,
Okay, so you and me are splitting a club sandwich.
yeah, at Green Spot.
You guys should go to Cafe Cleopatra.
I've become a frequent customer there.
Have you been to James? Have you ever been to a real life Peel bar?
Of course.
Which one in town?
Yeah, Cafe Cleopatra. I've been going the past month.
Oh,
One really took Joe off course.
Was I censored?
Now, no. Coming in from the chat, high score run writes, quote, "You can call people baby there, Joe."
Oh yeah. And there, it's a positive.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So wait, which one did you go to?
Cafe Cleopatra.
Woof, I've never been there.
Well-
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm sending myself off. It was real nice.
All right.
to
Joe,
see you.
I love you, Joe.
I love you too, plenty. Dave, I love you too.
I love
buddy.
you too, Joe.
Yep. And you know what, Vance? Oops. Goodbye.
Wow, one final humiliation. Best part is he didn't even mute himself on the way out. You could hear him groan with disgust as he shared his love for me and Dave, and then went, Vance? Because we've got a surprise guest tonight. It's basically our New Year's Eve special, unadvertised, last-minute edition of the show. A great friend of the show, an all-timer. Let's welcome our third guest this evening, taking all the space on the couch, the one and only roommate of Alex Brown. It's Vance Gillis.
Hey, James, how are you?
Vance, I've been better.
Yeah, I heard your stories from the top,
Yeah.
and
And let's cut the crap. You know James very well. It's not been a banner year.
no, not been a banner year. No, terrible way to end.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, you're probably going to look back and you're going to say that was a really funny way to end the year, though.
Oh, you have to find levity in it.
It's not over yet, though. There's still one day.
No, I've still got,
Yeah.
I got an hour left of today and then 24 hours left of tomorrow. So maybe, Joe's talking about celebrating with each other. Maybe it's dangerous for me to go out there.
Could be. But I think you have to have a goal maybe in mind for the rest of the year. Like, what's your resolution for?
Set a resolution for 2024.
Tomorrow.
Now I've got 24 hours to try to resolve it.
Well, 25. Yeah, you have 25 hours left.
That's a good idea.
I think it's got to be end the year on a high note. Vance,
James.
what are you doing for New Year's Eve?
I'm hosting people at my house, which I haven't done in 5 years.
Wow, Dave, you hear this? No invites.
That's all right.
All right.
It's friends that are in from England that we haven't seen in a while.
I didn't know you had British friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vance is friends with the cast of Coronation Street.
Yeah, the Coreys are all coming over.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a cuppa in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So yeah, hosting, but I don't feel very comfortable as a host, just in general.
Yeah, I would agree. It's I find it tough, Vance. You've been to my home many times. It gets cramped at about 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
And
But you sell your space short, maybe. It's like a comfortable hangout spot.
it's cozy when you get a couple people around to watch something, a sporting event, some wrestling as we've done. But if you want to have an event where people are mingling and moving around, pub on.
Are you going to make food, Vance?
Yeah. So we went to my roommate in telling her story earlier about going to IKEA. We also went to Costco and picked up a bunch of snacks.
You're a bit of a Costco guy.
I'm a Costco guy. Yeah, I'm a Costco guy, except for today. This was the worst experience I've ever had at Costco. Not worst, but just intense. There was
Is it just madness because we're getting a repeat of last week when people are doing their last minute Christmas shopping for food and goods and such?
People trying to get in those Boxing Week sales.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Costco does sales, do they?
Unlike their big ticket items like TVs, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. I'm new to Costco. I'm not a Costco guy in
Boom.
the sense that I have a membership, but I've never had the double chocolate cookies. So.
Whoa, I think you mean the double chunk chocolate cookie.
See, I don't even know.
Boom!
Hey, Vance, what's that smell?
The Rizzler. No? Okay.
The piece of provolone. All right, Vance, let's get into it. Let's hear about some of your 2024 highlights.
Highlights.
Now again, you're a very last minute addition to the show. We threw you into the deep end. It's you're living in the fire right now.
Okay.
Take some time.
Highlights. We did a lot of road trips this year. Like just quick, not road trips, day trips this year.
That's fun.
A lot of Quebec and Vermont. That was pretty cool. That feels very 30s, 40s. That's what you should be doing is day trips.
Well, a day trip is nice because you end it in your own bed.
Yeah. The only thing is going over the border is not always super fun, but for the most part, it was a breeze too. So yeah, we had a lot of great trips this year. Went to a bunch of nice restaurants that we really liked. Eaten a lot of fancy food.
Damn.
That was a highlight for me.
What's the number one? Fanciest food.
What?
What's the fanciest food you ate?
The fanciest food. It was like
I just want to say, Dave's been grilling Vance.
Yeah, this is
he really wants to know.
This is like a
He's
Frost
gotta get
v.
to the
Nixon type interview.
Wait, am I Nixon or
Yeah, you're
Frost?
Nixon.
Okay.
Wow. High praise, Vance.
High praise. Yeah. Wow. This
My
is a highlight.
favorite president.
Yeah, he's my favorite. Oh, he was president too. Yeah. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's Canoe. I think it's down by Sherbrooke Metro.
Dave, you ever heard of it?
Nope.
On
All right.
Saint Laurent. And it's very
Sounds
very
great
fancy.
though.
Yeah, it's got a great name.
Yeah, what about it sounds great, Dave?
The name.
Yeah, what does it imply?
Boat.
Yes, it's probably fish.
Maybe.
Oh. All right, I'm going to take this interview back over again. Vance, any other highlights?
That was too
Maybe-
hard hitting.
Yeah. Dave, when Dave gets into the driver's seat, it's a bumpy ride.
Yeah,
I
that's
drive
why-
so fast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like
without
Paul
a seatbelt.
Walker.
You're Paul Walker.
Yeah.
So
That
what
might
is?
not end well for you.
No, but it's fun while it lasts. Anyway, go ahead.
Other highlights. I'm not sure. Let me think.
Maybe this is what I was saying earlier. I don't think the highlights are that fun.
Well, I'm trying to think of something fun and unusual, and it's all just like normal stuff. I had like nice little vacations and trips and meals and things like that, but nothing really like silly or embarrassing.
You go
this
see
year.
Taylor Swift or any of that shit?
No, no. Man, you need to have a lot of money to go to a Taylor Swift concert.
Yeah, they're pretty expensive.
It's insane.
Luckily, I have a lot of money.
You know, I've been trying to resolve to not paint Dave out to be rich on this show. And when Vance said you got to have a lot of money, I was like, oh, it's right there. It's right there, but I'm not going to do it. I'm glad that somebody did it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Vance. Sorry, James. I'm
It's
out
all
of
right.
control.
Vance, how about some of your lowlights? Maybe the times that we wish we didn't live.
Yeah, lowlights. I tore the crotch on my favorite pair of jeans,
Damn, that's rough.
and then the next day tore the crotch on the next pair of jeans.
That's incredible.
Damn, what's going on with that crotch?
Those are the only crotches that I've ever torn out of pairs of pants that I've ever owned.
Well, now, as
Consecutive
much
days.
as I don't want to investigate Dave's question, Vance, I think we have to. What's going on with that crotch?
Well, here's the thing. I had
Here
the
it
first
comes.
one happen, and I was like, this is a weird anomaly. Why did this happen? And then the second day, I was like, is this just gonna be my life now? Every pair of pants I wear, I'm gonna blow out the crotch.
You were cursed.
I was cursed. But
Dave, what do you think's going on with that crotch?
Maybe some light swelling. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
He got a swollen member in there?
Oh, I was not injured at all this year. I hear my roommate is actually coming in.
Got a bit of a mocha only
just
down
gonna
there.
interrupt you briefly.
It wasn't in the Communito.
Oh, where was
Where
it?
was it?
It was.
Oh my God! It's a New Year's Eve miracle. It's a New Year's
I'm
Eve
cat
miracle.
sitting, and I left it at the cat's house across the street.
Meow.
So great.
Wow.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Well, thanks, Alex.
Great news.
All right, so Vance, you blasted through 2 pairs of pants. Did you get them repaired?
I did, yes, actually.
Nice. That's a highlight.
That's a highlight. I got.
'Cause sometimes the crotch blows in a way that is unrepairable.
So it was on the scene.
True.
You must have been.
Yep. From my swollen member.
You remember that band?
They were a band?
Yeah, they were a great band.
I would have called them more of a group.
No, they're a band.
Oh, true, yeah.
They played instruments.
They're still
Any
around.
other-
They're touring, by the way.
Any other lowlights?
Lowlights. Oh man, losing the cookie competition just a few weeks ago. That was, I would say, a lowlight.
Was it positive that you came in second? Were you like, well, at least I'm not third?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I don't. I don't necessarily. Yeah, I mean, look, coming in second was not great.
Well, but here's
Being
the
in
thing: when we
middle,
think about coming in second, you're just like, I was second best. No one who's third goes, I was third best. They go,
yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
the worst.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I thought I was going to be third for sure, and then the reviews came in, and I was so close that it made it annoying. You know what I mean? That I did
Sure,
that
you
I
you
didn't
could
win.
you could taste it. It was close.
It was close. It was close, which I was not expecting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was a low light for me for sure. What else do I have? What else do I have for this year?
It sounds like you've had a pretty good year.
I had a pretty good year. I'll be honest. I've had a pretty good year. Oh, actually, a low light would be that I had a student at the school that I work at move out a few weeks ago, and I had to go and check all the students' rooms, and all of the students take all their stuff out with them. And this one student had left all of her belongings. And when I contacted her, she was like, "Oh no, I didn't realize I was supposed to like do something with all that. I'm not coming back for any of that." So I had to clean out this girl's room, including like stripping her bed, and I had to clean up her bathroom and stuff like that.
You were a
for the
maid.
dorm. What's that?
You were a maid for a day.
Yeah, I got to be a maid for a 19-year-old.
Was there anything in there you're like, I shouldn't be seeing this?
There was a few things. There was a few things that I
Name and shame.
Dave, what's gotten into you?
Well, here's
Slate.
the thing that jumped out to me the most was she had 3 toilet brushes and
Oh.
2 plungers. She had like a whole setup there.
Nasty.
Dave sounds like a real life soundboard. It's like I pushed a button for reactions that include nasty.
Yeah, I wish Dave actually when you did those there was like an image that would pop up on screen. Maybe that's for 2025.
Yeah, I'll work on that for the new year for
Maybe
sure.
Like
Yeah, that's one of the show's biggest issues is that we need more tech on this program.
just on-screen graphics, like
All right.
fireworks that appear in the shape of letters.
Vance, is there anything that you'd want to redo on before we my God, it's 11 o'clock. It's 11:11. Make a wish.
Anything I'd want to redo on? Yeah, I think I would take a vacation in the winter last year.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I didn't do that. And I was like, I'm just going to stay in Montreal all winter. And I think you have to leave. That's part of the thing of living in Montreal. You have to find a time to leave.
Getting a little
when
break.
weather
Yeah.
really sucks.
Dave, what do you think?
Reset. I agree, man.
Where do you think Vance should go?
Oh man, I'm gonna say Mexico.
Yeah, it's a great location to lose your bathing suit.
We may actually go to Mexico.
Oh.
In February of this year. Yeah. That's what we're looking at.
Dave, no invite.
That's all right.
All right.
Maybe I'll see Joe there. Who knows? Maybe he'll be there at the same time.
That would be very interesting.
And I'll have to like bail him out of jail because he accidentally exposed himself at the resort.
Yeah, to a guy named Baby. Guy's like, I don't know. The guy just kept calling me Baby.
JB.
That story killed me. That story killed me because I haven't heard that before.
Oh yeah, it's been mentioned on the show a couple times.
That guy is definitely telling that story about Joe. For sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. He shivers at the thought that Joe's returning to that barber shop. Well, Vance, any final words before we say goodnight and goodbye to 2024?
No, but I'm excited for your show in 2025.
What parts?
Well, you guys coming back, you guys continuing to do live shows, I'm hoping, and you've got your 5-year anniversary coming up.
That is true. Dave, what do you think? Are we getting renewed for another year?
We'll have to ask Les Moonves.
All right, great. And that is true. We have the 5-year anniversary is approaching. This is shocking. I'm not crazy, right? That is shocking.
Yeah, what a waste of time.
Well, as you can see, one of our contributors and collaborators and co-producers is very proud of that feat. Vance, what do you think? What do you think we should do?
For your 5 years, or just in
Yeah,
general?
what do like? It's got to be big, right? Is there a thing that we should do?
Man, I think before the live show, and this is, I know you already have a lot to do, but I think you should maybe do a lot, like a 5-year anniversary for the live show. Or sorry, a 5-year anniversary on Twitch, and then a 5-year anniversary live show in person.
So it's a 2-night event, one online only, one live.
What if we do it at Cafe Cleopatra?
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you can book Cafe Cleopatra. That's a thing that can happen.
Mm-hmm. They did Just for Laughs there a whole bunch.
Dave, if you want to front the bill, apparently you're good for it.
Yeah, sure.
This a little known fact. During the COVID times, me and Dave did try to book Hooters to do a show in. They never answered.
Yeah.
They never answered.
They never answered. But, you know, maybe that's something. We're going to be celebrating 5 years of At Home with James live at Hooters. Okay, well, that sounds like a no. I'll put that on the forget it list. Dave, maybe there's something.
I think it would work if you were able to pull that off. That
The
might
wing,
be fun, though, 'cause
the wings there are good. They're good wings.
But they're very corporate, though. Hooters would be unlikely, I think, to partner with anybody.
Oh, some crappy show.
Yeah, they got too corporate.
Yeah.
Man.
No.
All right, well, Dave, I like the idea of getting ideas for how to do the 5 years from contributors and regulars and legends of the show.
That's a good idea to get the ideas.
I'll tell you what, the thought of doing another live show sent shivers
Yeah,
down
I could
my
see it in your
spine.
face as soon as Vance suggested it. You went,
Yeah. Yeah, I went. And it wasn't from suppressing another bathroom visit. It was the shivers of putting this Christmas pageant together that was to the wire.
Yeah.
I guess we'll do it.
We pulled it off.
We pulled it off. All right. Well, maybe we'll have to.
Sorry,
Go
what
for
if
it.
you tried to do an at-home on Instagram Live for old time's sake?
I've thought about that. Yeah, we do a special IG only. It might reinvigorate the audience. I didn't know you had an internet show. I didn't know you do an internet show. You do
Who's that an impression of?
a loser. You do a podcast? No. You do an internet show? Yeah, it's been a while. 5 years. Wow, I never heard of it. You do that? I never heard of it.
This is James does this with his action figures at home.
Yeah.
And people watch it? Not really. Why do you do it? It's fun, I guess. What part? Yeah, it's a good question. We get to work with my friends. You have friends?
This imaginary idiot that you've created sounds very sick.
Yeah, well, we've all met this person a number of times in a variety of different shapes and forms. Vance, look, we all got to go to bed. I want to thank you so much for being here, jumping in last minute. I want to see more of you on this show in 2025.
Well, thanks for having me, James. 2025, we'll have to wait and see.
All right. Vance, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Dave, pretty good episode to wrap up the year, I think.
Yeah, I think we ended on a nice high note.
This show, before getting on air, we were thinking one of our guests would not be here. Joe's computer was freezing something fierce. It ended with everything working out fine and a bonus guest.
Yeah.
Dave, any final words for another year?
Well,
on
maybe James, that's a signal that things are turning around for you.
That's a great point. You say it in jest, I think, but you're right.
Maybe this episode is a tipping point.
Okay.
And maybe 2025, I kind of said that weird, 2025 is the year of James McGee.
Wow. Well, let's save all that for next week in our predictions episode.
Well, people have to tune in to find out.
Any thoughts about the year that was, Dave?
For me?
Yeah. No, I mean the show.
For the show?
Yeah.
Well, it was a good year.
Oh.
Tragic that some of our guests have passed on. Quincy Jones, frequent guest of the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No longer with us. Of course, the guy from One Direction, Liam Payne, no longer with us. Also guest of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Ruth.
Yep. And Dr. Sue.
Dr. Stu?
No, Sue. I think that was this year.
Was it?
Could have been last year.
I want to meet a Dr. Stu, though.
And as early as yesterday, former president, peacekeeper, humanitarian, Jimmy Carter, friend of the show.
It's true. Friend of the show. So, we had our lows, too.
Yeah.
But overall,
true.
pretty good year.
Well, Dave, you and I have got some talking to do about the future of the show, the form in which it will be brought to you. This is a bit of a teaser. Maybe it's a tease.
Well, don't tease me.
Maybe we change things up a little bit.
We might. We just might.
Where you get it, where you see it, how you watch it, how you hear it.
Mm-hmm.
As we get closer to 5 years,
we might be moving to 5D.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, this show might be available
in 5 Daves.
Exclusively in a flyover form.
Yeah.
Imagine that, the at-home flyover.
Just fly into your little apartment.
I would love it, and Dave would not be impressed.
Exactly.
All right, Dave. Well, thanks again for another great year. Thanks again for everyone watching. We appreciate you. We will be back in a week. We'll update you on the day. Monday, not looking too good. We're going to figure it out. And then some. Until then, that's Dave. I'm James. You are you. We were here. Good night. Goodbye. Farewell. Be well. And a happy new year.